Hey, we're gonna start. It's always I always start at 101. What's up, Vic Ron? What's up, people? Glad we're on the call today. I'm so excited. Today I want to talk about something that's very important, I think, as leadership and as development. And to me, it's action, but with action comes awareness. And so many times people are doing things and they're taking this action, but they're not truly aware of where they want to go. And so it's no different than like a hamster. You know, they're taking. You hear Grant Cardone and people talk about taking massive action. Well, that's great. That is great in theory, but I've seen a hamster run in a circle every single day and get nowhere. And so many people in life will take an action. They'll take a step. They'll go do something, but at the end of the day, they get nowhere. And it happens so much even in my field in dentistry. I'll have employees that tell me they're so busy, they're so this, they're so that. And we get so caught up in the minutia of the day. We are taking action. We are moving forward, but yet we're getting nowhere. And just a heart or a thumbs up if you guys have ever been there where you've taken massive action, you thought you've accomplished things, but yet you just don't feel like you're moving. Well, this is where awareness comes in. This is where you must be aware. And what does awareness really mean? It's the state of knowing something, or the Oxford Dictionary states that the state of being fully conscious of a stimuli or a task, being fully conscious of a stimuli or a task. And I see someone else is jumping on, so I'm going to repeat this. Today, we're talking about action and awareness and the importance of awareness. And Skylar, you just jumped on late. I'm going to repeat this really fast for the people who are just getting on the call. We take so much action. A lot of people get busy so much every single day, and they're taking an action, but it's getting them nowhere. And so you must be aware. The word awareness must come before the action. And just be aware. Awareness by the Oxford Dictionary is the state of being fully conscious of a stimuli or experiencing a task. So guys, when you have a problem in your life, a lot of people suffer from anxiety. A lot of people suffer from depression, and they don't quite understand what's going on. They will start blaming external stimuli. They'll start running from the problem. They'll start doing this, but you must become fully immersed, fully aware of what's going on. I'm going to give you an example of a Chinese yo-yo. And I know people are working and they might be busy, but just a harder thumbs up if everyone knows what a Chinese yo-yo is. Can you understand the concept? A Chinese, thank you. A Chinese yo-yo, what people do is they'll put their finger in there and they'll try to pull it apart. They'll try to pull their fingers out. What happens with that Chinese yo-yo? It gets a tighter grip and you can't break free. Well, isn't that kind of what happens in life? Isn't that what happens when you experience a problem, a mishap, or something? You try to run away from it. You never fully embrace it. So then how do you break free? How do you break free? Or how do you become aware of what's going on? What do? You must dive into it. You must get closer to that to break free. The Chinese yo-yo, instead of expanding it, you got to get closer to, and then you can break one finger out at a time. What does that symbolize to me? What does that really mean to me? It means if you want to become something great, you got to get closer to greatness. If you want to break free from the grips in your life, you must embrace what's holding the grip. You must get truly immerse yourself and aware of what's holding you hostage in your own life. You must become aware of the things that's holding you tight. So you must go to the pain point. You must go to the place you want to go to. You got to get closer to the problem you have in your life. So if you're truly aware of what you want to go to, you must face your demons before you can even get there. And so before you take that action, I think it's so important to understand awareness. I think you must be aware of where you want to go. I think it's so important. That's where a journal and a planner comes in. But are you aware of the character you are today? Are you truly, to become the best version of yourself, do you own all your shit? Like, do you own everything about you? You're good, bad, or indifferent. Are you running away from a problem, or are you running towards it? So when I think of awareness and the Chinese yo-yo and the grip it has on you and the things that life has on you, whether it's a mom, whether it's a dad, whether it's a partner, whether it's your kids, whatever it is, the question you got to be answering yourself, am I living a life according to what I want? Am I aware of what I even want? Because so many people, they just want to take this massive action and they're not truly aware of their surroundings. You know, what's important and why is awareness so much important? And I keep focusing on the word awareness because I want everybody on this call today to be aware of their life, where they're at, and how they can make a plan and adjust accordingly. So just a thumbs up or heart if you guys are tracking me right now. Just a little bit, if you're understanding what the awareness means and why I'm focusing so much on awareness, thank you. Here's the thing, guys. Think of your kids walking out of a store, and we see the kids. This is what I tell my kids all the time. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware. There's three types of awareness, right? There's self-awareness, of which we're talking about today, right? I think most importantly of self-awareness, even second to that, is social awareness. Why is social awareness so important? Because I'm aware of what my colleagues are doing. I'm getting aware of what other people are doing. I see what they're doing. And then the third one is more organizational awareness. What's going on in your organization? What's going on in your company? What's going on in your life? And for some of you people that don't own a company, what's going on in your house, right? So to me, it's like you must know all three forms of awareness to become the best leader, but it always starts with yourself. But why do I talk about awareness when my kids are walking out of Target or a parking lot? Because so many times, you want to know what happens is they'll be looking at their phone, they're not paying attention. And I always say, be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of everything that's around you. Because you don't know if something good or bad can come in. So being aware of things, of understanding where you're at, understanding where you stand today, being totally immersed and fully conscious of where you're at is how you're gonna set your day up for success. And how do you address your problems? You must first accept your problems, right? How do you address your problems? You must accept that. That's awareness. You must own your shit. You must own everything in your life. How does an addict become healthy? They first acknowledge there's a problem. They become self-aware. And then they surround themselves with people that help them get there. But isn't that what life's about? Truly being aware of what it is that you want and where you want to go and who can help you get there? I would say yes. My boy Skylar's on the phone. You know, I love the kid, love him. I know where he's at. I know his age. I know everything about him. Okay. He's aware of where he wants to go. He's going to surround himself with people that can help him get there. He must take the actions every single day and be aware of where he wants to go. He must address everything in his life. And so that when he does take an action, when he does move in that direction, it's right in the right direction. Because so many times your action you take, see, we talked about attitude last week, or excuse me, 2 weeks ago. We talked about your attitude, how it affects you. Then we talked about your association, and now we're talking about awareness and / action, right? So if you aren't aware of even the attitude you have, and if anybody's worked with me in the last few days, my attitude has kind of been bad. I'll be honest with you. I'm being transparent. I struggle with stuff just like you. The intent of this call is not to tell you that I'm perfect. The intent of this conversation isn't to tell everybody that I'm the best. It's to grow with you. That's why it's called the Dentist CEO / Growing with Grossi. I fail every single day. There's not a moment in my day where I can't get better. There's not a moment in my day where I can't look deep within myself and become more aware of who the hell I am. And my behavior in the last few days has matched exactly what I had my attitude for. So why do I share this with you? Because I want to become vulnerable to let you know that you're going to fail. You're going to fall. You're going to make mistakes. You just got to get up and move on. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to have all these things, and your attitude will dictate how you go. But you must be, to change your attitude, you must be aware of where you're at. So if I have a negative attitude, a negative mindset, a negative nature, I will blame everybody else in my life for what's going on. I will play victim to my own circumstances. I'll be running away from my problems. I won't take ownership. I won't even embrace anything that caused it. So I'll tell you this too. This is funny. I'm a dentist and I'll become more vulnerable. I don't even know if Skylar knows this. I was addicted to chewing tobacco for 17 years. Okay, I did this. And I'll never forget the moment in my life where I would lie and deceit about the problem. And I would never tell anybody that I had chewing tobacco. I'm a dentist. Like, how could a dentist ever do chewing tobacco? Like, oh my God, I can't believe this, right? So I'm sitting here and I wasn't even being honest to myself. Like, I was not even embracing the problem. I was like, oh, I had to do chewing tobacco because I was under stress. I had to do this because I'm in dental school and you don't understand the pressure I'm under. And I was using this as a crutch. And I was using chewing tobacco as like this crutch to help me get through my problems. So I was actually wasn't even aware of the problems it was causing, right? It was pulling away my marriage. It was my wife actually said to me, I'll never forget this. My daughter's going to be 15. She says, you have a choice. You're going to quit chewing tobacco and stay married, or you can do chewing tobacco. Well, obviously, guys, I quit. The good news is April 11th, it will be 15 years since I did chewing tobacco. Now, that's not to praise myself. The difference is I wasn't even acknowledging the impact chewing tobacco had. I wasn't even embracing, or I was blaming something else of why I was doing what I was doing. I had to do chewing tobacco because of this. I behaved like this because of this. And so many people on this call and so many people in life will blame other people even for their circumstances, which is all complete garbage. Not any person in this world can be your savior. Not any person in this world has caused and created the life that you've caused and created. Now, you might say, that's not true. I will challenge you, it is true. We talk about the power of mindset. We talk about the power of everything. We talk about what you believe is what you become. We talk about how you think is what you believe, what you become. Here's the reality. Somewhere in the back of the mind, when something bad happens to you, you've already preconceived the notion that something bad was going to happen to you. Or you were afraid to take the leap because of XYZ. You're afraid to start that other business because I can't do this. I've heard somebody today, even in my staff meeting, tell me that they could not make 5 phone calls a day. I would challenge, what do you mean you can't make 5 phone calls a day? You're not committed to make the 5 phone calls a day. You're not setting up the time to make the 5 phone calls. Are you even aware of what you're saying in your mouth? Are you even aware of the words that you're telling yourself? Self-awareness and where you want to go and what you're going to do is so pivotal. And when you're aware of where you want to go and you take ownership, that is the first line of growth. Like, you have to become aware of who you are. It's like a character in a movie. The character in the movie never changes until they become fully aware of exactly who they are and where they want to become. Last week, I told you guys to write on a piece of paper of who you are today and where you want to go tomorrow. That can never change. And the reason why, when my attitude sucked in the last day or two, and why I'm even on this call, is you've motivated me now to get out of my own mindset, to get in my head, to show you guys that I am self-aware that I got to flip my attitude. I got to become a better version of myself. How do I do that? By sharing this knowledge with you. You are now allowing me to grow, which I praise you and I love you for it. You're allowing me to dig deep within myself to become fully aware of what I wasn't doing, that I was getting me further away from my goal to get closer to. And we've talked about all this. There are many behaviors you're going to do every single day that is not helping you. It's not guiding you. Are you aware of that? Do you self-reflect every single day? And do you become aware so that you can change your behavior and take a different action? That's a question you must ask yourself. I can't answer that. Thumbs up if this is tracking with you guys, a little heart, anything like that. You tracking with you? I know you're busy. Thank you. So what action do you take? How do you know if it's the right action? How does your awareness even affect your mindset? If you know where you want to go, if you know who you want to become, and you become fully aware of where you want to go, then every step you take should align with that. And sometimes we get reminded, and we fall back into habits. There is 60,000 thoughts that we do every single day, and 90% of them are on autopilot. They're unconscious. What if you could just improve 10% a day? What if 90% of those thoughts are unconscious thoughts? That means 6,000 thoughts are conscious thoughts. And to be aware is to be, according to the Oxford Dictionary, is the state of being fully conscious. So if you can improve yourself 10% every day, where some of your thoughts you put in your mind is a positive thought, not a negative. Some of the thoughts you put in your mind is something that you're choosing to be. Are you truly where your feet are? Are you truly exactly where your feet are? Are you treating everything as the beginning or the end? Are you trying to grow your legacy or are you not? Are you self-sabotaging your life or are you growing? The more conscious you become of your actions and your behavior, ready? The more aware you become, the better off you'll be. You don't believe me? Okay, if you become aware of your body, your physique, your physical fitness, you're aware of it. You know exactly where you stand, where you want to go. You know that you have an option. You can put shit in and get shit out, or you can put good in and get good out. So when you become fully aware of where you want to go, your behaviors will then, your action will then become the best version of yourself and make you get to that path sooner. It's your actions you take once you become aware. If you want a better business, okay, it starts with your attitude. Where do you want to go? When you're aware, you know what people are doing around you. Remember, there's 3 awareness: self-awareness, social awareness, and organizational awareness. You become aware of everything. You can self-correct. You can move on the fly. You address yourself every single day. You can't lose. You can't lose if you're fully aware. You can't lose connection with your kids if you're fully aware. You can't lose connections with your spouse if you're fully aware. You cannot lose when you're fully conscious. You can't, because your conscious brain will not allow you to fail, because you're consciously making the change. It's the unconscious decisions we make every single day. It's the unconscious things that we do on autopilot that get us stuck in the rut. It's the unconscious decision of the hamster spinning the wheel, not going anywhere. So if awareness is a form of consciousness, you must become conscious. That's the hack. There's the golden nugget of golden nuggets. How do you become more conscious in every decision you make? Is life happening to you or for you? That's a conscious decision. Are you causing your future, or is it happening to you? That's a choice. The most powerful thing you can do in this world is just decide, consciously decide who the hell you want to be, consciously. But so many times we allow other people to make the decisions for us. And then we just sit there and life becomes unconscious. Our body controls our mind. Our body becomes the mind. You don't believe me? When people smoke, you ask them, what's the hardest part to stop smoking? Want to know the real truth about cigarettes? Scientifically, it takes 3 days for the nicotine to get out of your system. There is no more addiction after 3 days. 3 days. It takes somehow, 21 days or 28 days in a row to stop a habit? Well, think about that. If your body doesn't rely on it scientifically, what's happening? Your body is your mind. It's this. They got a habit of moving their hands and breathing. That's it. And you know what's funny to me? When people that smoke, they say, oh my God, it relieves stress. Let me give you the bullshit thing in the world. Ready? All they're doing is meditating. Think about this logically. They get stressed out. Just work with me. Just work with me for a minute. I'm going on a tangent, but work with me. So if you know people that smoke, vape, or do whatever, it's all a lie. But let me tell you this. Remember, I did chewing tobacco for 17 years. I'm not lecturing anybody, but what really happens when somebody smokes? They're all anxious. They say that guess what they do? Ready? Even if you smoke joints, you inhale, you hold it, and you exhale. Well, duh. Guess what happens? You're changing your breathing pattern. So of course you're going to calm down. Has nothing to do with the nicotine or the drug you're putting in your body. You can do the exact same thing and get the same high by just making the conscious decision of breathing. What a concept. So when you do things in life, make conscious choices. That I want you to bring that in your brain. The Oxford Dictionary of Awareness is the state of being fully conscious of yourself and your external stimuli. That's huge. So when we say, how does awareness affect your mindset? It's going to allow you to make the right or wrong decision. It's that simple. If you're aware you're going down the wrong path, if you're aware that your behavior isn't matching your needs, you're going to make the adjustment. If you're also aware that your attitude's flying high and you're positive, you're going to ride that wave, and you're going to make things that are unstoppable to you. It's your awareness, your conscious awareness, that sets up all your success. When you do things consciously, you take charge of your life. When you do things unconsciously, life happens to you. So I ask you guys, if the biggest hack, if we already know that 90% of our thoughts are subconscious or unconscious, how do we just improve that? How do we become more conscious? What do you want? What do you want to get? How do you separate what's a growth mindset versus a poor mindset? Are you even aware? When I say a growth mindset, let's be honest, a growth mindset, they never blame other people. They're fully conscious and aware that everything they get out of life is from them. Everything they get out of life is the results that they put into it. The results they're getting out of their life is the effort they put into it. You can't even say to me that I want a healthy relationship in a marriage or I want this, but yet you put no time in it to try to get to know your spouse, to try to make your spouse happy, to not do things you did in the beginning. You can't tell me you want that, but your behavior doesn't match it. Are you even aware that your behavior is not matching what you say you want? I will challenge you, if you're aware of what you want and your behavior and your actions match that, you will accomplish that. Exactly what you want. Just like meditation works. Why does meditation work? Because I'm becoming conscious of my thoughts. I'm becoming conscious of the thoughts I want to have happen in my life. That's the hack in life. That is the golden nugget of any golden nugget. Anything you want, just become fully conscious of what you want and aware, and you will dominate this world. Don't let life happen to you. Have life happen for you. Bruce Lee, I don't know if you guys are karate people. Bruce Lee said, become water. Become water. And you're like, well, what does that mean? Water is flowable. Water can adjust. Water can, if you try to throw a pebble in the water, it'll splash and it'll have a ripple effect. Water, if you have two rocks hitting rocks, you ain't getting nowhere, right? But if you're water, if somebody punches water, water will absorb it and go around. It can take punishment, it can take discipline, it can move, it can cause ripples, it can cause destruction. Water, become water. Water is a badass. It's a force that is constantly moving. It's a force that can be resilient to any change. It can take the shape of its environment. So why is it so important to maybe think of like water, be flowable? Because that means you're adaptable. That means you're aware of things that are around you and you can change and pivot and move. That's what's going to make you successful. I love what Bruce Lee, become water. Become water. So think about if you became water, if you're aware, I'm just water. Every single day I'm just water. Everything that comes your way, good, bad, or negative, you can adjust. Agree with the thumbs up? Everything good, bad, or away, even if you're getting derailed, you can adjust. So become water. Be aware of what you want to be and just become water. When shit happens to you, I'm water. But why is the symbol of water even more important? Let me tell you this. Think about this. The one thing in life that can give you life can also become toxic. Now you might say, how can water ever become toxic? Guys, it's really simple. If water doesn't flow and move, it becomes stagnant and gets poison. It becomes poisonous. Even water must always flow. So when you say to me, how come I'm becoming toxic in my own mind? How come I'm becoming negative? How come I'm playing victim to my circumstances? You stopped flowing. You stopped moving. You stopped growing to what it is you want. Yes, you got to adapt sometimes. Yes, you got to move. You got to become water. You can give so much life. You have all the power within you to change the world in everybody's life you come in contact with. You can be that water. You can be somebody's water when they're thirsty. You can be somebody's life, but guess what? You can also become toxic. You can be toxic not only to yourself, but to other people if you don't move. You got to move. So that's why I love the symbol of water. I love it. Life is so simple. Become conscious and aware of what I want and just move into the direction I want. Can I cause and create what I want? Can I adapt? Can I become resilient? Can I move? Can I change shapes? Can I pivot? If you think about that just that alone, can you adapt to your environment? It's not about what you always want. It's not always about what you want to get. Can you adapt to help other people get there? Can you show people the way? Can you be their water? You want to make a difference in this world? It's not financial. You want to make an impact in this world? That will come when you do right. I promise you. If you serve people, money will come. It's can you help other people accomplish what they want? Can you be their source of energy? Can you give them life? Can you become water in somebody else's life? Isn't that what this is about? Isn't that what growing with Grossi is about? Is just becoming somebody's water, somebody's life source, somebody's hope. That's mine. That's mine. I told you, how can I make the greatest impact of everybody I talk to? And thank you guys so much that's even on this call. Thank you so much for getting my mind right. Thank you so much for allowing me to become self-aware of the things I need to improve on every day. It's so important. And I'm so honored that you even take your time out to even let me say this. So guys, it's so simple. It's so simple, right? Who should I be around to become better? I'll be around more people like water, right? Like that's a little joke, right? And I talked about, hold on, I talked about growth mindset versus poor mindset. I got to go back to that. I didn't really address it. Look at a growth mindset, like we said, you're always looking to become better. You're becoming flowable. You're becoming more fluid. You're wanting to continue to grow. You want to become significant. A poor mindset, and I'm not talking economic, okay? I'm not talking financial, but a poor mindset becomes victim. They're not even aware and owning their own stuff. They're not even becoming self-aware that they're the root of their problem. Guys, even if you're getting shit in your life, you got to dive deep. What is the energy that I'm giving out and why is it coming back to me? It's a law of attraction. It's a law of attraction. It's not there's no fake law. It's a law. What's your law? There's also a law of vibration, which we haven't even talked about. A law of vibration stems with energy. What am I giving out to the world and then what's coming back to me? Like if I even look at my day today and the last 2 days, it's been kind of chaotic in my practice. And even my vibration, if I'm honest with everybody, this is what this is about. It's been kind of poor. I've been frustrated. I've been saying, oh my God, this schedule's a mess. Guess what keeps coming back? A messed up schedule. All right, so I'm going to be aware of what I just said. My staff who's on this call is probably laughing. And then I'm going to make an adjustment. And now I'm going to manifest the best schedule. Oh my God, this is great. This is awesome. Like everything is perfect. Everything falls into place. And you watch what happens. You watch what happens. So before we move on further on this call, I'm going to challenge everybody and my team from Legacy. If you could put in the chat, this is the task that they must do, or send them an email after this. If you could, I'd love it. Say, I want you to cause and create one thing in your life in the next 7 days. And I want you to give me in an email format what that is that you want to cause and create. And then I'm going to follow up with you when you're on this call next week of how you done. Or I'll follow up with you through an email, how well you've done. And are you on track? Because I truly want you to become the best version of yourself. And I truly want you to be aware of where you want to go. I think that would be awesome. Like if you said, what is the one thing you could do for me? Just engage with me. Let me know that what I'm doing is making an impact in your life. Some of you on the call have my cell phone. You don't have to email me. Shoot, send me a text. Send me something that this is making an impact for you, because that's what means the most to me. Can I become water? Can I become a water in your life? Can I become a source that lights you up, that gives you energy? Can I become that person that gives you that extra step of motivation? Can I just be that difference in your life? Because that would mean the most to me. But when we talk about awareness and how you feel and how you overcome things, the first thing to do to become, let's talk about anxiety. Let's talk about anxiety. Because I know it runs deep in my bones. It runs deep in my life. It runs deep in a lot of people's life. I get anxious with the best of them. You got to be present with it. You truly have to, and I'm sorry, I didn't turn my phone off. You got to truly be present with your anxiety. And then you got to dive deep to figure out what is causing the anxiety. Is it an outside source? Is it my viewpoint on something? What it is? Become that Chinese yo-yo again. Don't run away from it. Dive deep in it. Get around people that can help you through it. Get around people to ask them the questions about anxiety. But truly embrace, try to figure out what the root is. And then once you're aware of it, you then can make the change in your path and take an action to get out of it. Don't hide from it. Don't run from it. Embrace it. Because anytime you feel resistance in your life, anytime you feel an energy, good or bad, it's a positive energy, I promise you. It's telling you something. Something inside you is making you change to become a better version. Sometimes life happens to you for a reason. Life happens to or for you, not to you. It's happening for you. There's resistance coming your way for a reason. You don't believe me? A tree cannot get stronger in the ground if there's not rain and wind. If there's never any pressure on them, aka anxiety, aka resistance, they cannot deepen their roots in the ground and become stronger. People know me on this phone call. No, I became where I became because of my upbringing. I got a dog in me because of everything I've had to encounter. So now when I look at this younger generation that suffers from anxiety, I will challenge you, all of you, is because they haven't been put enough pressure. Not enough pressure has been on them. As parents, I'm guilty as charged. I try to solve all my kids' problems. And then you wonder why some of these kids have anxiety. You wonder why they get a little bit depressed when they're hit with an obstacle. It's because they haven't been able to go through it. So embrace the problem. Go to that Chinese yo-yo. Go towards it. Cause and create like it says on here, and I'm asking you guys, consecrate the one thing that in your life you want to change in 7 days. Please email it to me at the info@thedentistceo. And if you have my number, please go ahead and call. Text me, do whatever. Get back with me. Now, how did I overcome? What I want to talk about now is the planner again. And the reason why I want to talk about the planner, because it ties in to your attitude, it ties into your association, it ties in to your awareness, and then it allows you to take proper action. I'm still going to challenge you guys to complete this for me. I know Erica is not on the call, but Erica has completed her journal. I've talked to Erica a lot about it. It's amazing. Thank you so much. With that said, you must know, you must become aware. You must become aware of what your dreams are in life and where you want to go. These are the most pivotal principal things you could ever do. Guys, become aware of what it is you want to accomplish and then the impact it has on your life. When I tell you this, you have no idea how you can become that water in somebody's life. You have no idea the impact you can have on one person. You have no idea the power you have within yourself. You don't, because you don't have enough confidence in yourself to know you have that power. This journal is going to help you dive deep and understand what it is you want to cause and create. Who cares about your family? Who cares about your friends that don't have the courage to take up a journal and write it down? Who cares? Everybody on this call wants to be a 1%er. Everybody on this call today or the Zoom link today wants to be the best version of their self. Don't stop there. Don't become unconscious. Become conscious of every decision you make and put your dreams on goddamn paper. The Bible says you must put it in tablets. I'm asking you to put it in a paper. We don't have tablets. We don't need stone tablets anymore. It's got simplified. Put it on your phone. I don't like phones because people are addicted to phones. I like paper. Dude, I like paper. Write it down. Jim Quick talks about the importance of writing stuff down. You don't know Jim Quick? Follow Jim Quick. He's amazing. He's a memory guy. He's a mindset guy. He's phenomenal. Jim Quick, Jimkwik. Jim Quick is awesome. Like, he's phenomenal. Okay. What I'm saying though is he talks about even writing it down. Everybody talks about writing stuff down. Why is it important? You're just reiterating your brain. You're making a conscious effort of what you want. Even God said you must write it in tablets. He didn't say think about it in tablets. He said write it in tablets. Take that step in your life to write what you want. And then how does it impact other people? Skylar, if you're on this call and you don't really care about making riches, but you want to have a greatest impact, okay, what is your dream then to make the greatest impact? It might be to lead a church. It might be to be a motivational speaker, whatever it is. It's how do you make an impact? Everyone thought that I wanted to be a dentist and that was going to make the greatest impact. Then I realized once I'm a dentist, I have a power within me that needs to come out. I have a power in me that I light up about. I have a power in me that I want to share. I'm not getting $1 to share this thing, but I want to make the greatest impact. And that's what my life's about, my next chapter of my life. And understand everything you do in life is just chapters. And your goals might change next year from what they did today. But start somewhere. Be aware of what it is that you want and take that action. Take that journal. Take that journal and just write down and go, okay, make it simplified. Just in the next 7 days, what is it that you want to manifest in your life? What is it that you want to see come to pass? What is it that you want to take an action? Guys, if you want to take an action, can you even just get up to the plate and swing the damn bat? You want life-changing results in your life? It starts with you. Make the change within yourself. Ready? Here's the word of the day. Make a conscious decision to make a change within yourself. Make a conscious decision today that I will stop at nothing but to write my goals down, at least on a piece of paper every day, and put it in the journal. And then what steps do you take? Some of you guys are in school. Some of you guys work a 9-to-5 job. Okay, cool. So you know what you're going to do from 9 to 5. What can you do on your off time? Instead of binge watching Netflix, how can you become the better version of yourself? If you want to be in shape and you want to get in weight, okay, can I block out 30 minutes of my day to become the best version of myself and work out for me? And you might say, man, that might seem selfish because my kids want to see me and my husband wants to see me. Well, let me ask you a question. Is it better to be healthy for a long time and take 30 minutes to be the best version of yourself? Or is it happy to sacrifice yourself and not be the best version of yourself? I would challenge you as the first. By you taking care of you, by you being a leader in your family and making the best version of yourself, everyone else around you will flourish. You'll become that water. that we talked about. You'll become that energy source that people will gravitate to. And you might get haters in the beginning. Guys, anytime you change a behavior, the people you're around, we talked about the association, they won't know what you're doing because they don't understand it. And you might get some haters. That's okay. That's okay. Stay the course, stay the path. Connor, I believe this is Connor, who my boy is. I mentored. Thumbs up if you're the one that's in dental school that I mentored. Now you're a dentist. Thumbs up, Connor, if that's you. Give me something. Thank you. I figured it was. Connor, if you want to be a 1% dentist, you want to go against the norm, you be the best you every single day. You do things every single day that's going to push your skills. Challenge everything you have in dental school that they taught you. Challenge you to become, go ahead and make that mistake. Go ahead and a failure is never a failure. I'm going to say this. You never fail if you learn something. There's no such thing. It's the people that fail to learn that failed. Understand what I just said. You never are a failure if you learn something. But if you failed to learn the rule that, or the principle that happened in that, then you did fail. So you can never fail. You can never fail in life. Even if you made a mistake, you didn't fail. You pivot, ready? You became water. You absorbed it, you moved, you conformed to the container, and you moved on. All of you are water, a bright source of sunshine, a bright source of energy that can get momentum and as you go. And the people that don't know how to just get started. It's that simple. Don't try to hit a home run. Try to hit a single. Try to hit a single. Just try to get up to the plate and swing. You can never score if you don't shoot. You can never win if you don't try to win. You can never hit a ball if you don't swing. Ready? You can't love if you don't love. You can't have dreams come to fruition if you don't dream. Your dreams are the precursor to life's coming attractions. I have manifested more things in my life than I can even count on. And it all started in my brain. Let me ask you this question. How did a microphone ever come created? It was manifested. You don't believe me? Nobody heard of a microphone before. Somebody thought of it in their brain. And they manifested developing a microphone. They thought about it. Everyone thought it was impossible. This person caused and created the microphone. I don't know who it was. Somebody manifested it. A car, manifestation. You are energy. You are a vibration of energy, all of you. You can manifest and dream everything you want. It must start, though. You want to know how the universe is going to listen? Can you put it on a piece of paper? Can you plan every single day just to get it? You guys, it doesn't have to be perfect. Every single day, write down what it is that you want, what steps did I take, and ready? Did I get there? Am I closer to, am I further away? If you truly do this, if you become aware, that's the word of the day. If you become aware of what you want, totally conscious of the external stimuli you want or what you want to be aware of, and you take the appropriate action that matches to you, you will get closer to always and further away. You cannot lose in life. Because once you become aware of what you want, and once you take that action and you start getting those singles and they start piling up, ready? You're now going to get results. The results are going to create a new belief system within you that anything is possible that you never thought was possible. And once you start getting those results, you'll be so fully committed to making the life you've always wanted. Skylar, Shandell, Connor, Ken, you'll be so fully committed that nothing will stop you. So I'm going to ask you, I'm going to leave you with one last question. What are you waiting for? What are you honestly waiting for? What invitation do you need? Why should you not be that person? Why should you not be that Elon Musk of the world? Why should you not be the Grant Cardones of the world, the Richie Dones? Why can you not be anybody you've ever dreamed of being? Why? Because you don't believe it right now? Fine. I believe in you. So now somebody believes in you. I just need you to take that step to write in that planner, in that journal, everything you want. Be aware of who you want to become. Take the action every day that gets you closer to versus further away to produce the little mini results you get in your life to increase your belief system to tell you that everything is possible. If all of you do this on this call, if all of you truly believe that there's somebody out there that will always believe in you and have your back, even if it's not your family or friends, you got a friend in me. Is that a song? You got a friend in me. Anyway, if you don't like that, it was a sitcom show. You might not know what it is. I just aged myself. Here's the thing. You have people in here, your life and your association. If you have the right attitude, you associate with the right people, you're aware of where you want to go, and you take the proper action, and you just hit that single, nothing will stop you. Stay committed to what you want. Nothing will stop you. Let's say you wanted to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to end it on this. And you said you wanted to lose 20 pounds in a year. The funny thing is people get so discouraged if they lose an ounce a day. I start laughing. I'm like, isn't there like 16 ounces in a pound? So let me understand this. You want to lose 20 pounds. And here's what you're really telling the universe. You want to lose 20 pounds in a week because you don't stay so committed to it. You're actually losing ounces, but you don't consider that a success and you don't consider that a win. But if you actually lost a half a pound a day for 365 days, you do realize you'd lose like 100 and some odd pounds in a year. And people look at you like, oh my God, that's insane. I know. So why do you get so dejected when you only lose 2 ounces? Guys, you're doing exactly what you want. You're losing the weight. Now you didn't tell me how fast you wanted to lose it. That was the only difference. You manifested losing weight. You just didn't tell me how fast you wanted to lose it. So you can't get discouraged. When you start getting these results, you're not always going to hit $1 million tomorrow. If it's a financial thing, if somebody hands you a buck, be grateful for the buck. If you lose 3 ounces, be so happy about the 3 ounces. And guess what? You might gain 6 ounces the next day. Don't quit. You might get that resistance. You might get the wind blowing on the church or the tree. That's what's going to give you the strength. Do you have the fortitude and the magnitude to become resilient? If life was easy, we wouldn't even be on this call. That's what's going to make you the badass you are, is the resistance you feel, the anxiety you feel. Sometimes when you feel you're alone, you're not. But that's what's going to give you the inner courage and strength to dominate this world. Life is not happening to you, it's happening for you. That's the mindset you got to have. Every single time, life is happening for me. What message do I got to learn today? What do I have to do today? What is it that I got to do today? What do I got to adjust? How do I got to change my mindset? And if you take that mindset, you'll crush it. Guys, once again, from the bottom of my heart, much love. I love you. I appreciate you. And I take you for taking the time out of your Tuesdays. If this was any good thing for you, thumbs up, guys, a heart, anything. Thank you so much. May you guys have a blessed rest of your afternoon, blessed rest of the week, and we'll talk next Tuesday. Remind me, hey guys, if you can, just hold on before we leave, please submit your planners to me. Please, just please submit it. And then we talked about in the chat of the one thing you want to change. Okay, the one thing. And then how do you change the attitude when you recognize it? How would you do that? How would you do that? Hey, give me your answers. I love you all. Let's have a blessed day. Talk soon.